start keeping track?
Allergic. Oh yeah, well we're live now, so sorry. I actually clicked the live button without even thinking. Well, what's up guys? Welcome back to another podcast. I'm your host Ruben, and we got another host right now. How about you introduce yourself, Mr. Justin?
What's up, everybody? It's old Justin hanging out at the house, buzzing on a Zen, watching some old NBA finals.
NBA, NBA. Is that like basketball?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the basketball. Yeah, that's Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're playing right now. I got a little money on the game, so got to pay attention.
Hell yeah. Are you betting or are you just doing it for fun?
Oh no, yeah, I'm on the sports book.
Hell yeah. I stopped betting because I
But
kept losing. I was like, fuck this shit.
I mean, that's one of those things where you got to pay attention a little bit, do a little bit of homework, and study up on it, and figure out some things, and put the right bet in, and hopefully it comes out. Don't always come out the way you want it to, but sometimes it does.
Hell yeah.
Hell, like yesterday, Sunday, I was watching I had some money on the U.S. Open, and old J.J. Spawn nailed a 65-foot putt on the 18th hole to win it, and that won me some money. I was like, hell yeah.
Really? Hell yeah. Shit, you might be right on the fucking gluten stuff. I'm literally reading all these symptoms. Like, goddamn, I do get some of this shit.
Well,
Gluten.
I'm not a big believer in the whole gluten thing, but it might be you might be allergic to something that you're eating.
It could be. I don't know. Well, I get a lot of bloating or gas. Not
You just
depressed.
got to keep
Yeah, I gotta keep
you just got
track.
to keep track of what you're eating, and then you can kind of narrow it down to, well, hell, if I eat this or I eat that, then you'll kind of know. I eat pretty clean, man. I just eat meat and like fresh vegetables. Pretty much, I stay away from any type of like fast food when I can.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're hungry. Sometimes you're hungry as hell, and there ain't no damn. You're like, God, I need a freaking Whopper right now. But
I don't know. Every time I eat fucking fast food, man, I feel like fucking horrible. Like there was one day, man, like it happened a few months ago. I ate fucking McDonald's because I needed something to eat, and that was like the worst thing ever. Like I've never felt my blood pressure so high. It was just ugh.
well, all I know is that the cleaner you eat, you'll notice when you start eating shit. It's you start making your own food every day. Like I basically meal prep kind of. I cook a bunch of my own stuff and then have it left over for like a couple days, and I have my lunches, breakfast, everything already planned out. I don't usually try to go spend a bunch of money on all this crap that's not good for you.
I don't know. I always say like some guy used to say like the less ingredients means more healthy.
Oh yeah, man, dude. Like if you just ate a couple, like if you woke up every morning and just made eggs, just make like 2 or 3 eggs in the morning. That's a bunch of protein. It's good, just cook it basic as you can. Put a little salt on it if you want. I like a little hot sauce on there too.
Yeah. I like hot sauce, but man, that hot sauce kills my stomach now. When I was younger, I could like eat it all day. Now, fuck, man.
I've been to mixing some avocados in there too. I'll get some avocados, you
Uh,
know, mush up the avocados a little bit, throw a little bit of salt and some lime juice on it, and make it flat, and then throw the fried egg on top of it. Man, it's good. It's good for you too, man. Just eating the protein and the good stuff, and Yogurt's good for you, man, and you get that old non-fat Greek yogurt. That's really good for you.
Hmm. Yeah, I used to be a like a Greek yogurt guy for a while. I used to be like doing my little granola shits and fucking blueberries and whatnot.
Oh yeah, blueberries are one of the best things especially for men. Uh, for some reason, I mean, blueberries are one of the best things that men can eat. There's so many good things in there.
Okay.
Yeah, blueberries, strawberries are good for you too. Uh, those are all good. Throw some dates, some dried dates in your yogurt too, and some bananas, a little bit of protein powder. Yeah, you're ready to go.
Shit.
Some whey protein.
Whey
But if
protein.
you're,
I've
but
never.
yeah, but if you got a gluten, yeah, you know what, that might get you.
Yeah, whey. I mean, I've seen people be seeing like people. I don't know. I see a bunch of stores. Some of them like whether they're healthy or not. I don't know.
Nah, you're best off just buying fresh ingredients and making everything yourself.
Mm. The
Yeah,
more I,
throw a little spinach in whatever you can. That that's really good for you.
the more I read into it, it's either I have a it's like it's saying wheat or gluten allergy.
Yeah, so the whole gluten thing has only come around the last so many years, and I don't know. They might just be making that shit up, but yeah, you could have a wheat allergy.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, that is crazy. The more I learn, huh? What the fuck? Well, I don't know.
Now
I would
you
have to
get
go to a doctor just to get this whole like figured out.
yeah, they'll do a whole test on you where they prick you with a bunch of stuff and like you can maybe what is it called the your lymph nodes. You might have a little lymph node action going on where your lymph nodes aren't acting the way they're supposed to, and you have to take some shit for that.
Probably. Impair headache, tiredness, achy muscles, or blindness, Hmm. Well, I don't think I have celiac disease.
Yeah, I'm not too versed on the celiac.
I used to remember when I worked in Colorado, up there like we would have to like fry everything separately just in case if someone had celiac disease.
All I know is that seed oils, like all these canola oils, vegetable oils, all that stuff, that's really bad for you.
Hmm.
So stay away from those. Olive oils, coconut oils are good. Uh, but yeah, stay away from seed oils as much as you can. But what sucks is seed oils are in everything.
Yeah, seed oils suck. Well, it's because they're very like very processed and they have so much I forget what it is, but they have a type of fat that makes you like your whole body like have inflammatory like symptoms.
Yeah, just stay away from them, man. The most you can, stay away from those.
It's epigastric pain. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, fried chicken is the best thing in the world to eat, but it ain't the best thing for your body.
Above the stomach.
I think that's why half of the old timers, our old dads and granddads, they all had heart problems because they ate so much damn fried chicken.
Probably.
Well, hell, seed oils weren't even a thing for a while, and
It was
then
all tallow.
yeah, beef tallow, lard.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that stuff's good for you. Or not, I wouldn't say better for you.
God damn, you know what? The more I look into it, it's starting to like look more of like I do have an allergy. I'm over here thinking about it because I'm over here like, damn, like I didn't. So I looked up what epigastric pain is, and it's like something that I'm actually am having.
Well, it might not even be that you're allergic to something. Maybe you're just ingesting wrong stuff. Maybe try to clean up your diet a little bit.
Probably. I've been trying. I try to eat healthy, but ever so often, like either it's because of family or friends, will try to invite me to like go out, and that's when for some reason, I have one bad like eat day, and then the whole week I eat bad for some reason.
Dude, it's tough, man. It's a damn job to try to eat good, man. You have to make a real conscious decision to eat clean and healthy, and it's way better for you. You'll feel better. You have more energy. You won't be as hungry as much the more protein you eat. Not all this stuff that's just not filling you up. It's just full of sugar and all this other shit you don't need. Sugar is the worst.
Yeah. No, yeah. I always tell people like a lot of people don't realize how much sugar is in everything.
Almost absolutely everything. It's insane.
And and I always feel bad because so the other day for my for Father's Day, um, we it was yesterday. Went to my uncle's home with me and my dad and my family, and I'm over here seeing all these little kids like drinking like almost like 5 cans of soda in like a span of 3 hours. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know like why, but and like the adults are like okay with it. They're like, yeah, have another one. Who cares? You live once.
Yeah, but what what's the quality of your life going to be later with all this sugar intake and nasty shit you're eating?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a saint, man. I'm older, so I haven't. I'm just now starting to realize, yeah, all the stuff we ate back in the day wasn't technically good for us.
Shit. Tempted on
Yeah, that's why I'm pretty much just steak, eggs, protein, chicken, fish. Man, fish is one of the best things you can eat.
fish. Yeah, I always hear. Every doctor's always gonna recommend you like a fish in your diet.
Yeah, the fish oils that are in the fish, man, it's just. But that gets expensive though. You don't want you want to buy no farm raised shit. Farm raised shit's bad for you. You want to
Why?
get fresh caught, whatever they call it, fresh caught or
A wild caught.
wild caught or.
I don't know. They have all these little names. They say it. I don't know. Most of the time they're just like a a certificate. They like the organic. A lot of times it's just a company just pays the licensing company just to say, yep, you pass everything.
Like, when's the last time you went to like a fishmonger? A guy who actually has like the fish laid out on ice, like the fresh caught fish and stuff. We're just going to like Publix or
Yeah.
Winn-Dixie, whatever. They might have some fresh stuff there, but
You would have to go to the coast. I mean, that's the only thing. And even so, I don't really know any places that do fish markets.
there's a place in Orlando. I think it used to be called Lombardi's. They used to have a good fresh fish kind of deal. They have stuff brought in every day, but we're in the middle of the state. It's like it still takes a while from it get to the coast, from the coast. So it's like I hope that thing was on ice the whole time.
Yeah, no. Well, the more I think, well, there was one in St. Pete. I remember this place used to like, they would like, I forget the restaurant, but they would they would have their own little boat, and they'll fish whatever they catch, and then it would be like early in the morning, and the restaurant would open like around 4, and they'll catch everything, and they'll have this like the catch of the day and or what fishes they have in stock, and they would just cook from there.
Yeah, if you can see the dock where the boats are coming in, yeah, yeah, that fish is probably fresh.
Um,
There are some places where I've stayed out on the coast where you can bring in your own fish and then they prepare it for you for a charge.
hmm. Oh shit. Well, everyone's just looking at a blurry picture of a fish that just accidentally popped up. um,
Yeah, so I mean, not I don't know if everybody knows, but on the podcast, but today is your co-host's birthday.
oh yeah, it is Richard. Yeah, it's Richard's fucking birthday today. I wish he would have came, but he's doing birthday stuff.
Yeah, so happy birthday, Richard.
Happy birthday, Richard. Wish you were on, man. Wish you were on.
Yeah, I went fishing with him today. Uh, we went out. It was hot as hell, and we caught some, but the fishing bite is definitely slowed down as being hot as it is.
Yeah, no. Well, when I went there that Saturday, I don't know if Rich told you, me and my dad and brother, we went out there with him fishing, and we only caught like three, and then we also caught a soft shell turtle.
Oh, he got a big old soft shell.
Yeah, well, we did. Well, we almost caught it. Like it was literally on the, like we were pulling it up, and then it broke free, and we're like, well, who cares?
Yeah, yeah, better off. Them things are freaking ornery, man.
I know there's
Especially catching big.
what?
We caught something so big they're as big as trash can lids.
God damn.
They probably weigh 20, 30 pounds.
Yeah, we were like pulling it, pulling it. Like holy crap, this thing is like, like I didn't even know what it was, like I made a joke to Richard like watch us catch a turtle, and then we actually did catch a turtle at the end.
Yeah.
I was like, no,
I mean,
fuck.
people eat those, man. People eat them soft shells. Supposedly, there's a way to cook them, and they're pretty good. I've never had it, but
I've never had one either. I know in Mexico it's like a kind of like a rite of passage to eat like a turtle. They call it turtle soup.
yeah, I
Never
don't know,
tried it,
man.
but I do
Them
want to
things,
try it one day in my life to see what it tastes like. But prepared so I don't die.
well, I mean, I've eaten everything else out of the lake. I've eaten catfish, bass, all the smaller game fish, bluegills, crappie, alligators. Eating alligators, so it's crawfish are in there. You eat the crawfish too, but never had turtle. I,
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm looking at like turtle soup. It looks interesting. I mean,
yeah, we used to catch them and take them down to the quarters, which, sorry for being not PC, but there'd be people down there they'd love that we show up. Oh yeah, you got the turtle? Hell yeah! Give them the turtles and they cook them up and have a feast.
oh my god. Now I'm looking at it looks good actually. Like I'm looking at different versions, and they have like Cajun, Creole, and Mexican, and other styles. I wouldn't mind trying it. I wouldn't want to try it with the whole turtle in it because I'm seeing some like that.
Yeah, go ahead and clean that thing up and get the meat out, and then I don't want. Old turtles are nasty, man.
Another thing I was about fishing was like a lot of people don't like trash fish, but I've seen there's this guy. I don't know if you ever seen him. He's like this guy will cook all trash fish. He'll make it look good and taste good.
Well, I heard that especially like a gar fish, the long nose or the Florida gar or the big alligator gars. They're a hell to get into because they're basically armor plated, but I've heard the back straps out of them are pretty good.
Hmm. Like I'm looking at all these like apparently like a lot of trash fish are either frying it or
Well, it depends on what you call a trash fish. So there's no, I don't think there's really anything basically as a trash fish. They all serve their purpose in the ecosystem. There's just some that taste better than others, I guess. So that's why they call them trash fish, I guess.
So these are non-game fish are the ugly sucker mouth snaggle-tooth mottled menagerie of undesirable, which includes sucker, scar, bowfin, snakehead, carp, buffalo, freshwater drum, and many others.
Yeah, bowfin, that's a mudfish.
Well,
Yeah,
like,
and then
do they
gar.
taste horrible if you just cooked it over the fire for a little bit?
I don't know. I've never had a mudfish. I've heard people eating the backstrap out of gars, and they're pretty good. Uh, but like, yeah, the suckers, like those are mainly the ones that eat like plant life or plankton or stuff.
Yeah.
Like a carp, they eat like grass. I imagine those probably wouldn't be too good. But all the ones that eat like actual fish, I guess a mudfish would be all right because they eat nothing but fish. A bowfin, gar eat nothing but fish and insects and live stuff.
There's a bunch of gar where I work, like in one of the like this little place called Chitty Chatty, it's a river. They got my job, and they have a bunch of gar. They're all just chilling in there.
Yeah, we've caught some big ones over on Lake Louisa. We caught one that was 72 inches long. It was when my daughter was when my daughter was little, and we laid the my buddy had some daughters too, about the same age, and they laid down on the dock next to it, and the gar was longer than they were, and they were probably like 7 years old.
Damn, yeah, I'm looking at it. There's this guy like has a picture of him right next to a gar. It's like almost the same size as him.
Mm.
Alligator gar.
Yeah, so up north, like in the Swanee River, there's probably some in the St. Johns. There's not too many down this far, but as you get further north, there are alligator gar that get hundreds of pounds, like these big, massive things.
Damn, spotted.
I don't even know. I don't even know what you would do. You hung into like 150-pound gar. Like what?
How do you like pull it out of the ocean, or I mean, like the river or lake? That would just take effort.
You got to have a pole and line big enough, I guess. I don't have that shit.
Now, I don't know if Richard ever showed you a picture. I was showing him on one day, and it was like supposedly like how you fish and how like Richard fish is like, yeah, I catch fish, and like, oh, I catch fish. And it showed like two pictures of like one side like people like with a bunch of baits and boats and all these like tools, and then you have a guy like the other side that has like a little bow, like a stick and some string and a little worm, and that's all he needs to catch some fish.
You can catch. We could go out every day and catch as many fish as you wanted to. If you want to catch some bluegills and stuff like that, that's not a thing. But we're focused on catching big old 10-pound plus bass, which takes a little bit more effort and skill.
So that's been my goal right now, just to catch a 10-pounder at Richard's lake.
Oh man, I've been fishing out there for ever, and the biggest I've caught a bunch of 8-pounders out of there. But Richard and his dad and his brother, especially his brother, caught a 12 and a half. And then Nick was out there. He caught a 12-pounder, not in Olson Lake, but we used to be able to get back to the other side. And oh man, he caught a monster 12-pounder. I saw him catch that one on a frog.
Damn, that's huge. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing how big bass can get. All right, yeah, the days that I catch bass are usually 2 to 3 pounds. Now I know how a 10-pounder looks like. Holy crap!
Yeah, it's a monster. Yeah, I caught 4 bass this year over 7 pounds out of that lake.
Well, my goal is to beat the record, 12 pounds.
Yeah, 13. You got to catch a 13-pounder out there. You'd never be invited back.
Oh my god, I probably wouldn't. I'm still gonna prank Richard one day, and I'm gonna bring a banana one day, and see what happens if we catch a lot. I'm like, you want a banana?
Don't bring a banana on the boat, man. That's bad luck.
That's what Richard You and Richard are the only one that's ever said that. I've been asking everyone around like, what's the bad luck for fishing, and like, oh, I don't know. And I asked him about the banana, like, oh, never heard of the banana.
Yeah, never bring a banana on the boat. It's just one of those old maritime stigmatisms. Yeah, you just don't want to ever bring a banana on the boat. It's bad luck. Especially if you go out with like a charter captain or whatever, you go ocean fishing or whatever, you break out a banana, he'll probably get pissed.
Hmm. That's it's an old saying from the 1700s. No bananas on the boat.
I mean, it must have been because they were transporting them from, I don't know if bananas were ever native to like America or whatever, but they must have been transporting them from different countries or whatever, and must have been some bad luck involved. There must have been some tarantulas in there biting people or something.
But, yeah, well, supposedly because the superstition is either because they release ethylene gas, they got vermin. They're considered a fish repellent.
Yeah, you don't want to bring a fish repellent on a boat, a fishing boat.
Oh man,
How is it a fish repellent?
I don't know. That's what they're saying. Like some believe that bananas release a substance that repel fish, leading to a poor catch for fishermen.
Well, there you go. Don't bring a banana on a fucking boat.
Banana boat.
It's just one of them old superstitions, You could probably bring a banana on a boat and be fine, but don't let the captain know. So yeah, I'm sitting at home waiting on my daughter to get home. Just turned 16. That's freaking scary.
Well, she can drive now.
Oh yeah, got her a car and everything.
What did you get her?
She got a Volkswagen Jetta.
Nice. Good old VW.
Yeah, I'm waiting on when a part gives out how much it's gonna cost, but
Well, I don't know. They always say the European cars are known to be endless money pits.
the used car market's a little crazy right now.
I don't know. I've been getting lucky with the used cars I've been buying.
Yeah, I ultimately wanted a Toyota for her, but we found a good deal on this with lower mileage and.
See,
But yeah,
well, yeah, me, I guess, like, when I buy a used car, like, some of them, like, I just bought a Sienna, like, this old 1999 Sienna a few months ago. It has 150,000 miles on it. Um, the guy used to use it as a work van, and he used to travel, like, an hour away just to get to where I worked, and gave me a good deal on it for fucking $800.
what's a Sienna? Who makes that?
Toyota.
Oh, it's a Toyota. Yeah.
It has a,
What engine?
what?
What engine does it have in it?
It's the V6.
As a V6. Okay.
The guy,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a pretty old guy. Usually, this guy was an old guy. He's getting ready to retire from doing his business. He like literally came up to me. He's like, "I see you working out here. Do you want a vehicle?" And I was like, "Well, why not? Like, how much you trying to sell it?" He originally wanted $1,000, but I kind of got him down to 800 because I said like, "Well, you got the whole thing gutted out, you know."
Oh, okay. So it was a real work van. It was all gutted out. There was nothing really.
Well, like it
It
still
was,
had the fabric. It just didn't have the chair, the seats anymore. Like it only had the two front passenger seats, and then the rest was just carpet and like he put carpet down because he didn't want the original carpet to go bad because he used a lot of gas tools and oil.
Did he have the seats at least? The back seats for it?
No, I asked him about it. He's like, oh, I threw those out like nearly a decade ago. I'm like, oh, wow.
Oh, damn, you got a. How many miles are on it?
152,000.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad for a Toyota.
Yeah, luckily he did all the manual. He was like showing me all the paperwork. Like, here's all the oil changes, all the brake jobs. Like, he was like, I did everything. I'm like, hell yeah. But
Hell yeah.
I got
Now you got to work.
yeah, now, yeah, I got. I got that as a backup vehicle just in case of the truck that Richard sold me went down, or my Ford Focus that my girl uses goes down. I got an extra vehicle I can use.
Yeah, old Nick's truck. How's that thing running?
Oh, it's running great. I got that thing
Hell
fixed
yeah.
up pretty good.
Hell yeah, dude. Them old Tacomas, man. You can't beat them.
I know. My goal is like just like anything that's wrong with it, I just fix it right away. I think the next thing I gotta do is change the thermostat on it.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, if I'm thinking about like if I'm gonna change the thermostat, I'm gonna just flush out the whole the whole coolant system. Do a good old flush.
Hell yeah. Well, hell yeah, that's cool, man. Freaking, I'm looking for an old Ford Ranger.
I used to have a Ford. Oh man, I had a '99 Ford Ranger years ago, and it's still here. My dad, it's my dad's. And I sold it to him, and I wish I never did. I fucking missed that fucking truck.
Oh, I had a 2001 manual 5-speed with the extended cab on it, man. Oh, dude, I loved that freaking truck, and my freaking ex-wife made me sell it.
Really?
Dude, I wish I freaking still had that freaking thing. They're so easy to work on.
So
Oh,
I didn't have the standard. I had an automatic, but still, the automatic, the one I have, it has 100. So I bought it when it had 144,000 miles on it. The lady apparently, I don't know how she managed to get one, but she showed me the paperwork, and she actually got a brand new transmission from Ford, which I didn't know Ford sold transmissions like that, but she actually got one, and I think it was because of the warranty. But she got it replaced around 130,000 miles. So I'm like, hell fucking yeah. And I guess because back in the day, I guess there was some weird rubber sealant that would dry rot, and once it dry rot for some reason leaked oil, and that would cause the transmission to run dry, and then you don't have a transmission anymore. Well, she got it replaced for free. She showed me all the paperwork and all that, and she only put like 10,000 miles on the vehicle afterwards, and I think it was at 10,000 or 20,000, and I was one day working in the Villages, and I saw it for sale. Like, holy crap! Originally she wanted 1,800, and I got her down all the way to 1,200. I'm like, come on, just let it go. And I remember I went to the bank, pulled out the money, gave her the money, and she was telling me selling it as is. I'm like, well, why are you saying that? Like, well, I don't want anyone to call me after if it's broken or whatever. And ever since that day, it's still there. 40,000 miles later. I think right now, like my dad showed me, it's like 173,000 from where I'm.
hell yeah, dude.
But that shit, that fucking truck runs. But I keep telling them to make sure to take care of it, because once, like, I don't know, a lot of times, like, once one part breaks, then if you don't, like, look around, another one breaks.
Yeah. Well, them old ones are easy to work on, man. There wasn't too much to them. You know, you didn't have all the computer stuff in them, especially, I mean, the late 90s, early 2000s. Those were some easy to work on trucks.
Yeah, I think they were still on OB2, I think. Where it's just, you scan it, you can tell what it is, it just give you a little code. Now, like with my car, like my mechanic, when he tries to work on it, he hates working on my RAV4. Because he has to sometimes go to the dealership to get a approval to use, like, programs. Because apparently sometimes if you replace a part, you have to program it with the computer to know that this part is going to work.
Yeah, that's almost everything nowadays, man.
Yeah, nah, I don't like it. I like, you just change the part and boom, you're done.
Oh yeah, my first truck was an '87 Dodge Ram Charger, man. You could sit in the engine compartment and work on it. Had big old 300 Cleveland in it,
God damn. No,
big
yeah.
old V.
I, something about the old engines, like I always tell people, like my favorite, like Ford, was the '79 Ford F-150s.
Oh
People,
yeah, there's actual company right now that's taking all them old box style Fords and F-150s, F-250s, some of the diesels, and they're like totally redoing all of it,
really,
and they're selling them. Like you can buy one for like I've seen them on there for like 15, $16,000, and it's all redone. Like, and they look mean as hell. Them old Ford, them box Fords with the you get them jacked up a little bit. They look mean as hell.
yeah, no, I'm looking at them right now. I love how they look. Like a lot of people say that that was the last year when Ford, like they're saying Ford nailed that design, and after that they made it all like curvy and whatnot.
Yeah, I like them old box styles, man. I think they went up through the '80s too, almost into the '90s. They had them old box styles.
See,
But yeah,
see,
there's a company that
well,
that redoes them all, man, and it's freaking sick.
so I have a buddy. I mean, he has a Ford F-150 from like I think it is a '79. He got like the chassis and all that, but he put a Tesla like motor or battery in it, and he just it's an electric truck now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know. I told him like I think he should have just kept like with the original motor, or kind of just swapped the motor with something modern.
Yeah.
Because I see people do. They'll put in like a new. I know like Chevy. They got their own little Chevy or Dodge. They got crate engines. I don't know about Ford. I don't know if Ford has crate engines, but they'll just put in like an LS engine and boom. You know.
I think I got an LS in my Chevy right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And,
if you want to buy a Ford crate engine, you'd have to buy it from a third party.
yeah, all I know is my truck only gets like 15 miles a gallon. I'm ready to get me an old Ford four-cylinder Ford Ford Ranger.
Ford, good old Ford. Yeah, I mean, shit. A lot of the Ford Rangers are still going to be running, and I mean, you still have a big old market that still like rebuilds or have already like remanufactured transmissions and motors just in case something goes crazy.
I don't know if you noticed, but they've been becoming a lot more popular. I've seen a lot of old Rangers running around.
Oh yeah. Same thing with my
Uh,
truck. I've been seeing more of my little Tacoma, that little brown truck. I've been seeing so many. I'm like, God damn. I don't know if it's because I have the truck now. Now I'm more noticing around, but it's so weird. I just look. I'm like, hell yeah.
dude, it's because they're good vehicles. Them old Tacomas with the the Toyotas are great. Them old Fords, them old Rangers. You know, there's a good value in them. You can get them for cheap, and there's guys like modifying them and like making them look cool. And
Fuck yeah. Now I'm just looking at crate engines now. What the fuck? The engines of the version. Oh, these are just for racers? Nah. That's badass.
oh
LS
yeah, maybe we can start a truck club one day. I'll
truck
have my
club.
Ranger. You can have your Tacoma. little truck club.
There's people that are dedicated. They'll be welding and making all these like. It's crazy how they do it.
Well, it all started with Back to the Future back in the day. Remember the movie Back to the Future? And
Yeah.
then he had that Toyota. Was it? Were they the pre-runners back in the day, or what? It
Uh,
was a
those Toyota pre-runners, the Tacomas and Forerunners.
back. back in like the '80s, it was basically like the precursor to the Tacomas and everything, but it was just like a little.
So it was either
Like,
they were either called the pickups or the Hiluxes.
they were like a T100 or something, or
Oh,
I forget where.
yeah, the T100s I think were in the early '90s, and they unfortunately got taken down because Ford sued them because they didn't want people to get confused with the Ford F-150s.
But yeah, at the end of that movie, when his his truck's there with the fucking KC lights on it and everything, it's all jacked up and shit. Everybody, that was the cool truck back in the day.
I, I mean, they still sell the T100s. I mean, I've seen a few out there, and they're still a good engine. They're very reliable. They had either the
Yeah.
four-cylinder or the V6, but I think they only sold them in manual transmission. I've never seen one with an automatic.
Yeah, that's a lost art nowadays. The old manual transmission. Yeah, you never know how good you can drive to your parked up hill with a stick.
Yeah, I never drove a stick. I drove the Workmans, the golf cart Workmans. I can drive those. I don't know if they're similar as stick shift.
No, those are geared lower, so it's it's easier to. You basically just got to let off the clutch, and those things, if you got in first gear, they're gonna go. It's kind of geared lower like a tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vehicles are a little bit different. They're not geared as low, so you got to be a little more gas and clutch.
So like, if I wanted to one day just like fuck, I'm gonna use a stick shift car, it wouldn't be like similar.
Everyone's a little different. You just got to get used to them.
Mm.
Like if you've ever put your parking brake on when you're uphill, and then put it in first gear, and then popped your brake just so you wouldn't roll backwards.
Yeah, never mind. If I ever wanted to buy a used 1995 or 1993 to 1997 Toyota T100s, they cost an arm and a leg. I'll say that. Cheapest one right now is like 10 grand, and that's like a shitty one.
Yeah, like 200,000 miles on it at least.
Yeah, all of them are over 200. Well, actually, one of them is 173.
It's just a used truck market right now. I mean, or any used car pretty much. The used market's gone up a lot.
Actually, I just
with
found one
all
for 2,800. That's what's wrong with it. Has a bunch of
Yeah, I
accidents.
saw some Fords, like some 04s, 06s. I saw that had about 100,000. They were wanting 4, 5, 6 grand for them. I was like, damn, that thing didn't probably cost that much new back in the day.
Well, all right, man. Well, I think I think we should wrap up the podcast now. I'm getting a little sleepy.
Yeah, me too.
Well, all right, guys. Well, I'm glad y'all came and joined. Happy birthday to Richard. Wish you were on.
Happy birthday.
But we're gonna call it a day. Hope y'all have a good night. It's your boy Ruben and Justin. We're out of here.
Later.